This film is making cars and racing exhilarating, fun, sexy. Tell me about this experience working on the film and why are fans going to love it?
I think it's that, but I also think you have two of the great actors in the world playing with each other to tell this story of America and tell this story of these, big iconic ideas of individual David versus Goliath, the individual versus the corporation. And at the end of the day, the story is not really about cars. It's about, you'll see. Anyone sees this movie, it's big, it's cool.
Wow. What was it like playing opposite Matt and Christian?
I mean, it's a dream, but it's also a responsibility where your job is to go play hard against them, bring your A game, right?
Yeah.
They ask for it, you want to bring it, you want to prove yourself. I mean, everyone in this movie, that's kind of the story of the movie too, is that we're all there to make something good.
Yeah. Did you have any passion or knowledge about cars going into this?
Not at all.
Do you now have any passion?
I have mad respect, particularly for the design elements of these cars, and not just the motors and all that, but the design elements that you look back on the Shelby and the Ferraris in that period of time, and they're amazing. They're so sexy and so cool.
After even watching the trailer, I am like, ooh, I want to go drive faster, get on the track. How about that for you? Are you now kind of like a speed demon on the road, or are we good about driving?
The opposite. I go slow whenever I can. I don't know. I like to keep it chill. I've been through enough high experiences that I don't need to. I slow it down these days.
Okay,
put it that way.
There are some very sexy cars and some okay actors in this film. Tell me about that and working with them.
The cars or the actors?
All of it.
All of it. Well, the reality is that for me, the cars are beautiful. They really are. But I'm not a big motorsports guy. My whole thing was through the characters. So I guess it's more about the actors to me in the end. For me, the process of making the movie over the last several years has been a process of learning about motorsports. And I think even why so many people are kind of not into them as well as the people who are, meaning that they're kind of boring on TV.
Sure.
And so a lot of what we struggled to do, and I hope succeeded, was put you on the track in a way that you will never see, on a televised event, that you're feeling what it's like to be in the pits, behind the wheel, going 200 miles an hour with your brakes failing.
How much did Christian actually drive?
Well, they're both great drivers, but they both have families, and we want them to come home to them.
Good.
So we put him in the car whenever we could, and when we didn't put him in the car with them driving, we also had him in this special rig where they'd be going pell-mell, 150 miles an hour down the road, so they could act and not have to, you don't want someone texting and driving at 150 miles an hour, let alone 30. You certainly don't want someone acting and driving at 150 miles an hour.
What's it like playing a real-life Titan, Henry Ford?
It's kind of like playing a fictional Titan. A lot of the same rules apply. We didn't feel like we needed to try to make a documentary about Henry Ford. It's very much a movie, and the character was all on the page. It's all in the script. It's a great script, and it was, in some ways, it was easy because the script kind of made it all easy for you. And Mr. Mangold, the director, makes it all kind of easy for you.
And there's a scene-stealing moment for your character, gets behind the wheel, gets to drive fast. Did you get to do some of that in real life?
No. And in fact, in the scene, I'm being driven by Matt Damon, but the truth is we're being driven by a camera car. But we did get up to some legitimate speeds. I'm told that our car got up to 100 miles an hour during that shot.
How did that feel, even though you guys weren't actually driving, just to be pulled with that type of speed? Was that insane?
It was great. Jim made sure that he provided us with the appropriate adrenaline rush to do the scene. I have to tell you, the scary part was not the speed, it was the claustrophobia. They don't make those cars for big guys, and I'm a big guy. It's hard to get in that car.
Were you a car guy before going into this film?
No, and I'm still not. I don't know anything about cars. I don't know anything about cars. And interestingly, none of the other guys do either. It's just not we didn't know that.
So you're all a bunch of actors is what you're saying.
We're a bunch of actors playing guys who know a lot about cars.
Tell me about this experience working on this film. A lot of cars and some of the most incredible actors. How was it for you?
Yeah, great. I mean, I love cars. I kind of had fallen out of love with it a bit. You know, I used to love it as a kid, but yeah, this movie really re-sparked my love of it. But yeah, it was fun seeing it firsthand. I never been to any of the races or anything like that, so actually just seeing the cars whiz past was pretty cool.
Are you old enough to drive?
No.
How far and how many years until you get your license?
Like 3?
Okay, all right.
I mean, not too far, but still, like 3 years is like the longest time to a 14-year-old.
Do we think we're gonna get a Ford or a Ferrari for your first car?
I mean, I'm gonna say Ferrari. Like, I support Ford in this film 100%, but like Ferrari right now do the best cars.
Okay, all right. I can maybe agree with that. Who makes a better movie dad? Is it Christian or Matt?
I cannot say. There will be massive uproar if I say which one.
Listen, I mean, you can make some headlines tonight. Just say one of them.
Nah, I can't.
Now, you already have such an amazing career trajectory as a young professional. I feel like we're going to be looking back on this interview in maybe, I don't know, 10 years. So where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Hopefully still doing this, I guess. I mean, I love this. You know, just I hope I'm not a diva. Is the one thing I hope.
Okay.
You better not be a diva if you're watching this in 10 years. I swear to God, I will come for you.
Tell me, what was it like playing a race car driver?
Oh, it was fun playing this particular race car driver because he's not your normal kind of a race car driver. He's like an absolute delight or a complete nightmare. He's one or the other. You know, he had total devotion from many friends and colleagues, absolute admiration from everybody, but also got his fair number of enemies as well because he didn't suffer fools gladly. He said it exactly as he thought it was. But it meant he didn't get all the good gigs because he wasn't camera ready, or there were other guys who were better looking, etc. And it wasn't until Shelby came along, and Shelby just said to him, if you can just shut up for a little bit, if you can just keep your mouth shut, then I can make you a champion. And he did.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are you like in real life? Are you a fast driver? Are you pretty safe? How do you?
Track. Now on the track, absolutely, but on the road, no. Absolutely, I'm a turtle. Yeah.
You're a turtle. Okay.
Yeah.
After doing this film, did that change anything? Did you have a need for speed?
No, absolutely not. Look, I love it. I love speed. The tracks that we were on, I've gone there just for my own enjoyment many times. You know, so I knew them very well. But I just believe in save the speed for the track.
Okay.
You know, yeah.
How was it working with Matt?
Fantastic. Matt is such a bloody good actor and really good, just good guy. It was real easy but satisfying as well. We had some good laughs, but we really knew that there was something special going on in the work too. And I also think he's going to make a bloody good director one day. I could see that in the way he approached filming. Yeah.
Now, not only are you a famous movie star, but you're famous for changing your physique for different types of roles. Is there anything that you won't do for a role?
I mean, you know what? I've become a little bit more boring now because I'm older, and I feel like if I keep doing what I've done in the past, I'm going to die. You know, so
Okay.
I'd prefer not to die.
Okay, we would like.
So I'd like not to die. That's the answer. I won't do that.
This film, we see a lot of cars, a lot of driving, but I want to know, how are you personally as a driver?
Personally as a driver, I think I'm a good driver. I think the burnt outs. I think I come from a long line of good drivers. You know,
Fast drivers or very
fast.
safe?
Very fast, but I think sometimes fast can be safe. Sorry if my shoe was. I wanted to tuck my lace. This is a premiere, so I didn't want to like trip.
Yeah.
I don't think I was gonna trip. I just didn't want to have a shoelace hanging out.
want that.
But I think sometimes fast is safe. You know, I think doing your own thing, not adhering to sort of the speeds of everybody else, but, keeps you focused. And, I drive fast, but I think I'm a pretty safe driver.
Were you a car guy before going into this film? Did you have any knowledge about cars?
Not really, to be honest with you. I grew up in a city, you know what I mean? But I drive trucks. I really like trucks. I've fallen in love with trucks living out in the country, and I'm a big Ford Raptor guy. And, but this was cool. I mean, the cars, the cars in this, but I think even more so the drivers, unbelievably impressive, and this is sort of the second movie I've gotten to do with Baby Driver as well. I got to work with some of the best stunt teams, best driving teams in the business, and what these guys can do is mind-blowing.
What was it like working with Matt and Christian and the whole experience of putting this film together?
Look, they're both heroes of mine, and I can tell you 100% they're equal parts wonderful artists as they are wonderful human beings. They're family guys. They work hard, committed to their families, which I respect and I share with them. And yeah, it was just a great company to be with and a real honor for me.
Matt,
How
bring
you
it in for a
doing?
hand hug.
A hand hug?
Yeah, like that. And then,
Oh.
yeah, see? We're hugging.
I've never seen one of
There
those.
you
You
go.
just taught me something.
You officially did it. Congrats on this film.
Thank you.
I want to know, do you remember the first time you got behind the wheel and started driving?
Yeah. It
was
wouldn't
that like?
technically be legal because I didn't have a license, but
Okay, we're not telling.
yeah. But sure, no, it's really, the first time you get behind a car and you realize that you can feel how heavy it is. You can feel, it's a big deal.
Christian had so many nice things to say about you. He said you're going to make a great director. You're such a pleasure to work with. How was it for you working with him?
Terrible.
That's what I thought you'd say.
Impossible, that guy. No, he's amazing and a really incredible actor, but also a really generous actor, really easy to work with, and just a wonderful guy. I can't say enough good stuff about that guy. He's everything is advertised. He's great.
Wow.
Yeah.
After making this film, did you feel like you needed to be like a fast race car driver on the road?
No.
Okay, well that's good.
No.
Keep it safe.
No, and like driving fast on the road is nuts. I mean, there are tracks if you want to go crazy.